Harrison Family Farm. Sorry for the train in the background, but the show must go on. Hey guys, if you saw probably from the thumbnail, I got some progress made and reached another milestone. Sorry, the train's kind of obnoxious. I reached another milestone with the fence, and let me turn you guys around real quick. So let me zoom out. So if you guys recall, that we're just off the side of the cow pen. Here's the cows. And I actually drove through here in the video last week with the tractor when I gave you guys a close-up of the cows eating the hay right there. And so I closed this up here and just left myself an entryway with a little 3-foot gate there. And this is actually just going to be temporary. I would really like for this to be one big gate, one big gate or two big gates, but it's essentially an opening. I don't want it to be fenced here. This is just for temporary purposes because I don't have a gate that size. And yeah, I just got it being held here by wire. But let's go inside. If you guys recall from last week, well, actually, let me tighten this up real quick. All right, sorry about that. What is he doing? Anyway, if you guys recall from last week, I kind of showed you guys about what I was doing. We installed these posts on this portion of the fence right here. And since that time, I've run ahead and ran and stretched the fence and installed it essentially. And so, sorry about the sun. It's setting and it is shining right on us, right in our face. But yeah, guys, if you can see, we got it installed, that whole run there. That you guys tagged along with me last week to install those posts. And so here it is with the fence installed. It went in pretty easy, to be honest. It wasn't too bad. Actually it's still here. I took that roll and I wrapped this wire around a piece of it, and then I just rolled it downhill. And so it was pretty easy to get it unraveled, and that was really cool. I will share something with you guys, and I plan to open or do like an Amazon store where I can share links to different products that I've used or am using around here to do what I've been doing, guys. And so one of those products are these Gripple T-clips. And so here's what they look like in action. They just hold wire here and then latch on to the fence itself to prevent it from letting go. And this one, you see, I just use fence staples, where on this one I use these Gripple T-clips. And so I'm gonna be honest, they're pretty cool. They seem like they work, but they're kind of expensive. At least for me, they're $2 per. And so if you think about you know, essentially what are 10 per just right here. So that adds up really quick. That's almost $40 per intersection, because you know I would have to terminate this one and terminate that one. So yeah, it's just a little bit expensive for what I'm doing when these seem to work well. If you guys know better or know why, maybe there are a better alternative, let me know down in the comments. But yeah, I think I'm gonna stick with the fence staples, although I do have one more pack of those that I'll use at some point, but we shall see. But yeah, guys, it's been pretty cool. So as you guys saw when I walked in, the goats are already in here exploring and enjoying being in here. And so what I'm about to show you is how I keep them in here, which is just that normal temporary fence, the mesh electric fence I've always used. I just have it from here running all the way up there to meet the cow pen. And I actually had Beyonce and our calf in here. Yeah, I better watch my step because there is cow manure. So I just finished this up. Like there's cow manure right there. But yeah, I just finished this up last night, last evening, yeah. And so I allowed Beyonce, I was gonna get all the cows to come in here, but I'll turn you around. But yeah, I was gonna allow all the cows into here, but Jay wasn't going for it. He just wasn't convinced. Actually, let me turn you back around, sorry. But this red gate right here is how I let them in. And not long ago, I had a hot wire across there, just because I never used this because it wasn't fenced in naturally. And so Jay was not coming through. He was not messing with it. So he never came in here. It was just Beyonce and the calf. But that was short-lived, because this morning, at some point in time, not first thing this morning, but at some point this morning, I believe that calf came over here to this mesh fence and got shocked. And the reason I say that is because the fence was a little damaged. I had to do a little patchwork on it, but ran through the fence, and then the calf and Beyonce both were out. Fortunate for me, I've had Beyonce since she was a bottle calf, if you guys remember. So I just got a bucket of feed and just walked her back in. Her and of course she was following me. Calf followed mom, and so it was, you know, pretty easy. No big alarm or scare. The goats are following me now. But yeah, she snatched that right on out of that clip, and so I just crimped it back on, and then like roughed up my hot wire as well. So that's my conclusion, or my assumption, is that the calf got shocked and ran through it, and then it opened it up and allowed mom to get out as well. So yeah, guys, just really there's that mesh fence connecting to the cow pen like I mentioned. But yeah, just really excited, really happy to get that milestone checked off. Next will be continuing on down. Let me see if I can show you guys. These goats are on my heels. We'll just continue down kind of that opening from here. And so, oh yeah, another thing that I've been using. Sorry for the scatteredness, but this area's got to be picked up. But what I want to show you guys. Okay, sorry. But what I want to show you guys is this, and this is just a 2x4, two 2x4s bolted together, and it's what I use to, as you can see, stretch that fence, that and a come along. But I wanted to show you this in particular. If any of you are ever needing to stretch a woven wire fence, this works really well. Only thing I would say is I have 3 bolts in it. I might would have did 4 just for more clamping power. You know, I've had some slippage here and there, but then again, I could have just tightened the bolts down a little bit more as well. So, you know, give or take which one. But I actually got this from another farm channel, from Arms Family Homestead. The gentleman over there, Daniel, he had this idea. I believe he said he got it from his father or someone. And so super helpful, super cool. And I've been using this technique to do all of that that I've been previously doing. And so, yeah, guys, you see this is a project me and the kids are going to tackle this upcoming weekend. They've been asking me for a way to make some allowance, if you will, or some money. And so in addition to the trash, just a lot of this brush that's cut and dead, but it's just laying down. And so just getting it piled up with other stuff so it can be dealt with accordingly, whether it's burning or whether it's bagging it and trashing it. But yeah, exciting. Ooh, it's late in the evening, but it's still pretty warm out here. I'm trying to watch out for these cow pies, because just although Beyonce wasn't even out here 24 hours, like I said, I just finished yesterday evening. She got out this morning, and so I put her back in the main pen. I see so many cow pies, and so on one hand, I gotta watch where I'm stepping, but on the other hand, I'm kind of happy to see that, because one, it's fertilizer, and then but then on the other, you know, it shows me that she kind of got around and she explored, and that's cool. At least in my book, because that's what this is all for, you know. Is to be, for them to be able to graze and be able to eat off of what we have here naturally. I think male goat is in rut because he is on her tough. My goodness, he wasn't. And he's been, if you guys are familiar with goats, he's been urinating in his mouth a lot. I know that might be nasty to some, but it is what they do. And oh my goodness, yeah, a lot, like several times a day, maybe several times an hour. And it's just on her side and at her. hind parts every chance he can. Like now. Never a dull moment, I promise you that. But yeah, guys, I'm going to do some looking online for some gates because, like I mentioned about that gate up front that I want to add, there's also going to be a gate I think I'm going to put towards the back of the fence, kind of where we just terminated the fence that I just stretched, somewhere in there, maybe, I don't know, 20 feet down a little bit more or so, but just some fence to be able to get on that backside to be able to clean up brush or whatever the case may be, just so it's accessible if there's ever a need. And then in addition to that, so that's two, and then I'm gonna want one more. What do y'all want? These goats, man. But and then I'm gonna want one more on the opposite side, kind of where like Sophie and the dogs are, to be able to enter this space from that point as well. And that's one thing I will share with you guys as well. If you're ever thinking about making or building a fence or whatever the case may be, is just think about what's going to be convenient for entrance, for exit. What are you going to want to enter and exit with? Because like I mentioned earlier, with the gate that I installed, it's 3 foot, so that's great for a person. But it wouldn't allow for an ATV, it wouldn't allow for the tractor, it wouldn't allow for a vehicle or anything else like that. And so you want to be mindful of that. And you also want to kind of future-proof it in the sense of, although you might not have a need for it today, what does tomorrow look like for you? What are you wanting to do going forward? So just be mindful of those things when doing your planning, because that's what I'm trying to do, and that's what I'm going through now. So I just want to kind of drop that bug in your ear, if you're doing the same, or if you ever find yourself doing the same in the future. But yeah, this has been a great experience running this fence. I've used this type of fence a little bit before in the past, but not a great deal, and I didn't have the wherewithal to stretch it before. I was, I'm still a novice now, but I was definitely a novice then. And so, yeah, I didn't use it very much, and I didn't use it very well. So I'm very pleased with it. Like I said, I've been able to keep the cows and the goats in at this point. I haven't ran any hot wire, although it is to come. And then I think I'm gonna run a top line of barbed wire as well. Just as another added layer, another little deterrent, or whatever the case may be. So yeah, I think that's going to be helpful as well. And so yeah, guys, I'm just really, really excited and happy. Oops, sorry, that sun is something else. Show you, we got some naturally occurring mint. It shows up every year, right here. It's so cool. It's so weird. I can remember the first year being here. I was like, what is that smell? And I could always smell it's very strong when they really come into to season, I guess, if you will. But had never seen that before. I forget what kind of mint it is. I've looked it up before. Like I told you guys before, I use this app called Picture This, and so it identifies plants, and so it's super cool. But yeah. And then also I know we usually earlier, I guess it's late spring, early summer, whatever, have naturally occurring onion as well, wild onion, and they give off a strong perfume as well, if you will. But I'm just rambling, guys. Not a whole lot else going on the farm today. I did want to update you guys. I know before we ran a short asking for name suggestions for the calf, and I think that the family and others, myself included, have settled on Brownie. I know a subscriber mentioned it, or a viewer rather mentioned it, and then also Angela told my sister-in-law, she mentioned it like early on as well. What do you want, goat? And so it just seems to be so fitting, and so I think that's what we're gonna roll with. So yeah, I'll try to look back to see who that person was that made the suggestion, and add them in the comments down below. But yeah, shout out to them for making that suggestion. It was definitely fitting. But yeah, that's something that's going to come up as well, guys. Deciding what to do with her. Me and Angela was actually just talking about this today. Possibly reaching out to a friend of ours the person we got, well, the brother of the person we got Jay from the bull, and see if maybe he has a female calf that we can swap with, swap for rather, and then that way he gets a foreign heifer, I get a foreign heifer, and then we could breed it to, you know, to each of our respective bulls. So it could be a win-win. I also have the person I sold Riri to, which is our calf from last year. I think he has a little bit different breed of cow than we do. I think he has some miniature something. I don't know, but just thinking of some options that I had to get a foreign feed, you know, to do something productive with her, because last year we sold her, which was great. It was able to provide hay for the farm and you know, feed Beyonce and Jay. That was helpful, but I think it would be even more cool if we, you know, were able to produce 2 calves a year in that way. We also had a better shot of having, what do you want? Let me show y'all. He's just meddling me. I can't even finish my thoughts. Hey, 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 buddy. Can you stop? Kind of in the middle of something. But yeah, it would be super cool to have 2 shots of having a male calf, which again we would raise as a steer and then be able to put in the freezer later. So we'll see how it goes. We'll see what happens. But that's kind of, you know, just putting that out there is kind of the thoughts in my head, kind of the thoughts that in conversations Angela and I are having around this subject. So we shall see. But like I was about to say, guys, not much else going on today at the farm. It's a cool day. Happy Labor Day to you guys. For those that you're taking the day off, enjoy your time. I won't be in that number. I'm going to be getting something done, whether it's here or whether it's in my traditional 9-to-5 office, so to speak. I'm going to be doing some kind of work, so we shall see. But you guys enjoy yourself. Have a good week. Leave me a comment down below. Love hearing from you guys. Like, subscribe, share, and we'll see you on the next one. Peace.